Hello and welcome. I'm Waris Mohammed and you're watching our English news program on Somaliland National Television. And now for the main stories making headlines. President of Somaliland meets the UK Ambassador for Somaliland in Somalia. Somaliland Minister of Information lays foundation stone for a new building. Deadly typhoon sweeps across Japan. President of Somaliland Ahmed Mohamed Mahmoud Silani alongside cabinet ministers received the UK ambassador to Somaliland and Somalia at his office. The meeting held at the presidential palace was focused on strengthening security and the burgeoning democracy in the country.
The visit of the UK ambassador of Somaliland and Somalia has come following the announcement of Somaliland Business Conference hosted by the UK government, which is anticipated to be focused on international investment in Somaliland and propping up the thriving economy of Somaliland. The British ambassador has also told the president that he will be hosted in a conference on a Royal Navy ship tomorrow. The Navy ship is anchoring at the port of Berbera. After the meeting held between the President Ahmed Silani alongside his cabinet ministers and the UK ambassador at the presidential palace, a joint press conference was held by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the UK ambassador to Somaliland and Somalia. Minister Mohammed Yunus, speaking to the press, stated that the UK ambassador discussed within the meeting held at the presidential palace significant issues regarding Somaliland's development, as well as the steps taken forward by the current administration of Somaliland. In regards to peace and the thriving economy of Somaliland, Minister Bihi reiterated that the UK ambassador focused on UK's cooperation with Somaliland on security and economic transactions. He also informed the President that the UK government has sent a Royal Navy ship to host the President in a conference to occur on the ship, which will be discussed security relations between Somaliland and the United Kingdom. The UK ambassador to Somaliland and Somalia told the press that his visit relates to cooperative relations with Somaliland and vowed that the United Kingdom will be standing shoulder to shoulder with Somaliland in holding on its democratic and transfer of power through transparent elections. The ambassador also saluted the remarkable progress that Somaliland has yet portrayed on several forefronts, and he stated,
"As I said to the President this morning, I think the relationship between Britain and Somaliland is growing closer and closer in a whole range of fields, from security, as we'll see tomorrow, to business, as we'll see in the conference next week, but also very importantly in development, where the Somaliland Development Fund and other projects are working extremely strongly. So we hope to keep working even more closely with Somaliland, including, as the Minister says, on the important issue of the elections in 2015.
The UK government will host a conference to be held on the 14th of October. The conference will be focused on investing Somaliland's business sector and will host executives of major international businesses.
Minister of Information, Culture and National Guidance Abdullahi Mohammed Dahir Akuse laid the foundational stone of a new building in the ministry consisting of 2 floors.
Somaliland Minister of Information, Culture and National Guidance Abdullahi Mohammed Dahir Akuse laid a foundation stone on a new building in the Ministry of Information, Culture and National Guidance. This is a 2-floor building which will be consisting of offices and workrooms for the staff of the ministry. This building is expected to be the most advanced building in the ministry. Minister of Information, Culture and National Guidance, speaking at the event, explained the effort of Somaliland's government to enhance the public infrastructure and the government property. Minister Akuse also admired the task of President Silani's government toward the enhancement of the government property. Engineer Abdurrahman Shukri Abdullahi, who is the engineer assigned for the completion of this building, also spoke at the event and mentioned that the project will be accomplished in a period of 6 months. He also complimented the vision of the Ministry of Information, Culture and National Guidance. Conclusively, the staff of Somaliland Minister of Information, Culture and National Guidance welcomed and admired the development-oriented activities of the ministry administration.
Somaliland community in Canada donated $30,000 to the committee responsible of the construction of the road linking Balli-Gubadle with Hargeisa. First speaker at the event was representative for Somaliland community in Canada and expressed his thankfulness to the generous donation of the people of Somaliland residing in Toronto, Canada. He continued extending his thanks to the committee responsible for renovating that road for their amplified efforts in completing the construction of this road. Somaliland representative in Toronto, Canada, pledged on behalf of the Somalilanders residing there to provide more assistance in the future to the developmental projects undergoing back in the country. In conclusion, he urged all Somalilanders residing inside the country and abroad to collaborate with the government of Somaliland in renovating all of the crucial sectors in the country, which roads make a significant part of. Other keynote officials present at the event spoke about the importance of taking part of the projects in Somaliland as a diaspora citizen and how it will influence the rest of the Somalilanders residing abroad. You're still watching our English news program on Somaliland National Television, and now for the international headlines. Typhoon Fanfun lashed central Japan on Monday, bringing high winds and heavy rains to the region.
In Shizuoka province, many roads were completely cut off by deep flooding. Others were passable as drivers slowed right down to the battled through several centimeters of flood water. Wind blew heavy rain into the streets of Tokyo, booming between buildings throughout the city. Around 2,000 of the capital's residents were urged to evacuate their homes as authorities feared landslide and river threatened to blast their banks. Millions of commuters were affected as 19 international and 600 domestic flights were cancelled, and many train services were halted. The powerful storm left at least 2 people dead. One teenager fell into a river as the U.S. airman was swept out to sea.
Police implicated as charred corpses found in Mexico are believed were missing students.
The youth clashed with authorities during protests in the volatile state of Guerrero. It's alleged that the police conspired with the gang members to have the youth people killed. Local authorities are investigating the claims. As many as 29 suspects have been identified, with 26 taken into custody, including Felipe Flores, head of the region's security service. Prosecutors claim that 2 gang members have admitted killing 17 of the 43 missing students. The students were marking the anniversary of the 1968 massacre of 300 undergraduates by the Mexican army.
And that's the end of our news. Thank you for watching. You can watch us tomorrow at the same time.